Hello, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we are going to look at what preparations you should do after applying for a scholarship. So in many of my videos I spoke about how to apply to some scholarships we have worldwide. For example, I spoke about the Korean government scholarship, and I also spoke about the Turkish government scholarship. And in one of my videos, I also spoke about the Japanese government scholarship. So if you haven't seen those videos, I would advise that you check on the link and then you can watch my videos on how to apply for those scholarships. Now let's come back to today's discussion. So for today, after you have applied for all the scholarships, what then do you do? It's very common that people apply for several scholarships in a row, and afterwards they keep wondering, what should I do after I'm done with my applications? Well, I'm going to give you some tips on what to do after applications. So the first one, study the language. So depending on the kind of scholarship you apply for, you have to put in effort to study the language. For example, if you applied for the Korean government scholarship, I would advise that you take some time and then look for information about the country and also about the language. Go to the internet, check for current information on the country. You can even do that through the news. So if it is Korea, you can search for news in Korea, or you could even search for how to study Korean language. Remember that language is very important for communication. So before you go to a country, especially a country which has a language that is foreign to you, it's best to study the language. So whilst you wait for the results, it's better to put in effort to study the language, just in case when you get there it will be much easier for you to communicate with the people and also have an easier life. So first thing, study the language. That is very important. So the second point is have a survival strategy. What do I mean by survival strategy? What you need is, for humans to survive, you need a social network. So it is better that before you move into a country, make some research. So research into your social networks. Who are some people that you know who are in that country, or friends of friends, right? And with this information world, it's very easy to get such information. You can just do a simple search on Facebook. You can even search for the communities in those particular countries. So if you are a foreigner in another country, there will definitely be a community for such group of people. You could join the general group, or you could join your country specific community. And I think this is very important, especially when you have to live in a different country. I would talk about my case in Korea. So in Korea, there are several groups of communities here, and such groups involve foreigners. So for the foreigners, they have communities in each city. So you could find the city that you want to stay in, look for the group that you want to associate yourself with, and then ask questions. So when you can talk to the people, and you can even make more friends even on such groups. It's really good to have a community around. It's good for your mental health. It's also good for information, and also good for you to assimilate or acclimatize or get used to the place within a shortest possible time. It is better than going to the country and not knowing anything and then having to go through a lot of stress. So the second point, have a survival strategy. All right, now let's go to the third point. After you've made all the applications, what must you do? You have to relax. So you have to relax and then take some time off to see your friends and families. This is very important because some people apply for scholarships and they get called, but it becomes a sudden change of events. They have no idea what to do. They have no idea what kind of preparations they're supposed to make. It's good to be prepared in advance, especially when you are intending to study abroad. So I'd advise that you relax and then you make your preparations. These preparations could involve having to spend time with your friends and then maybe talking to people who are far ahead of you, who could give you more practical advice. Now the last but not the least one is to keep your social handles and contact very active. This is because for some schools and universities, it could be the Korean government scholarship, it could be the Japanese government scholarship, or the Turkish government scholarship. What happens is that they send the information via your messenger, or it could even be by an email. So you have to be active and then check regularly so that you don't miss your opportunity. All right, so this has been a very short video on what to do after you have made your applications. I'm really happy that you're able to watch up to this point, and thank you so much. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe and then like. And you can also comment below on what you are doing as you are waiting for the results. I know this time it's very trying. People are patiently waiting for the results of their applications. I wish you all the best and thank you. Please do well to subscribe. Thank you.